Hi Sassy Scrappers, how are you doing today? Hey, this is Steph. It's Marvelous Monday. I didn't get my Super Sassy Sunday done because I was traveling this weekend. So I just got back last night, so I had so many things to do to catch up. And plus we had a big order today. But what I wanted to show you real quick today is about our circle cutter. Many people, we got this, you can still get it. We got this and it seems like people just didn't use it, but it is really, really handy for a lot of things. So I just wanted to kind of refresh our memories a little bit on using it and some of the things about it, and so that maybe you will pick it up and use it next time you need a circle. Of course, we have our custom cutting system, which we like to use, but I know there's some of you that struggle with that too. I think you push too hard, but you can't get it to go just quite right. So this is another option for that. So I made this circle earlier, took it out of here, and then we're gonna make some smaller circles. And I wanna show you just a little bit about the tool. Now, I've got a little different setup here today, so I can't really see what I'm showing you. So hopefully you can see it. But on this one side, it has inches, okay? The white numbers on the bottom are the inches for the cutter, for the blade. And then they have black measurements up on top, and that is for the pen. Yes, you can stick one of our fine tip pens in this end of it and go around and draw a circle as well. The thing about the increments here are it starts at 3 and you can cut about it goes to 12, but really about the biggest circle you can cut is about 11.5 to 11.75. But the increments here are in tenths. So you have 4.2, 4.4, 4.6, 4.8, and 5. So if you want a 4.5 inch circle, obviously you're going to put it kind of right in between the 4.4 and the 4.6. So, and then over here is where the blade is. Now what I have done is I've taken a marker and marked across exactly where that blade is, and then put it up on the side just a little bit, so that when I put it down, I can see where that blade's going to cut exactly. Also, when you use the blade, nothing is here. It's kind of like our other trimmer. Nothing is there until you push in this dial and push down on it. So you push in and down at the same time. And that's what made this a little bit hard for some people. I think you have to really have multiple hands to do it. So anyway, and then the white dial is what tightens it and loosens it, okay? And then you can move it up here. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm hoping that you can see this okay. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna make a big circle, okay? So if I want to make a circle like that one and have it kind of in the middle of my page, I'm going to take my paper, and I'm just using some white cardstock here today, and I am going to get that centered the very, very best that I can on my mat. And I think I've told you guys before, I have a terrible time doing this sometimes. Okay, then I'm gonna take some of my tape and just, I don't want to tape over my 6s, so I'm gonna tape that just to hold it in place. But like I said, don't go over the 6s, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure from 6 to 6. Okay, so we're 6 to 6, and we're gonna mark it at 6. So that is our center point, okay? See it there? Now, I made it really big so you guys could see. I am also going to take and just lightly draw a line from here to here. Now, the reason I'm doing that, this is where we're going to take this and put it where we want the center to be, okay? And we're gonna push down, and hopefully that'll be right on there. Now, one of the ways you can tell if it's close to that is you can look down through here then and see where those lines are. So I know that I'm pretty close to being center when I'm that way. Also, on the sides, there's black lines. So if those black lines are lined up, and you can also do this. You can also go this way with your 6 and your 6 and just draw some little light lines this way too. So you can kind of line up the lines there, and then where it is on here. Sometimes, depending, there's a little hole there where your pen goes in. Sometimes you can see that line on there, but on the side, of that, there's also this little place that bulges out. Well, that's the center of that. So you kind of want that to be on the line going through there, and then the line of wherever you put this. Now I'm going to do an 11 inch. So I'm just going to put it on 11 over here on this side. I'm going to hold it at 11 and then squeeze the white and tighten it up. Okay, this will still move, but I'm tight here so this whole thing won't move. All right, I'm going to get it lined up. Get that lined up with the bump there. Get my lines lined up with my lines going that way. And then I know that I'm going to cut over where my black lines are. I'm going to hold this down. You can do it however you want. I kind of go like this. I'm going to push in this white button, and I'm going to push down and turn. My green tape kind of got in the way. Okay, now you kind of pick it up, and you can see just a little place there where I had the tape that I did my circle. Okay, and look at really nice cut, no bumps or anything like that. So how easy was that, huh? Pretty easy. Okay, so now if this had been a really pretty paper, then I could take the outside and use it like on one page and the inside and use on another. Okay, so very easy. And you can make, I can make another circle inside of here. Now this gets a little trickier because I have to make sure that I get it in the center. So I am going to check and see, how big is this? Okay, from there to there, it's an 11 inch. We know that because I just did it. So that means I have a 1/2 inch on each side. That's this line and this line. And I'm gonna need a 1/2 inch at the top and a 1/2 inch at the bottom. So if I get it centered right in there, okay, now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my little okay, except if I have an 11 inch circle, I am going to, oh, where's my zero centering ruler? That's what I thought I had. I just had my regular one. No, I need my zero centering ruler for this. Oh, here it is. I was lucky enough to get a blue one. Okay. So now we're gonna do right there. So 0 to 5.5 and 0 to 5.5. So right here, that way. And now we're gonna go, I was off up and down with that. Here. So right here is our center point. So I'm gonna hold it here and just do a light line and a light line. And then I'm going to go this way and do a light line and a light line. Okay, so now we can take this and let's turn this, loosen it up, and go to 10 inches. I'm just going to push it down here to 10. And then I'm going to tighten it back up. And once again, I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put the little bump over here on my line. I'm going to line up my black lines here with the vertical lines, and I'm going to try to make sure that that line over there is in the middle. Okay, when I get it where I like it, I'm going to push this down because that holds it in place. I can turn this anywhere I want. It's not going to do anything, except this holds it down, okay? I'm going to push in and push down. And I have a ring and a smaller circle, okay? So I could put, you know, if it was paper that is pretty on both sides, I could flip this over and just put like a ring around that or whatever. So, and I could keep going and make smaller and smaller rings. Now this obviously is 1/2 inch because I went down an inch, so it's a 1/2 inch all the way around. You could do less, you could do more, whatever size you want those rings to be. This is a very, very good tool for making rings, okay? So let's just have some fun. Like I said, I have this one. I think I'm gonna put that down here. And I better get another piece of white cardstock because I just cut that other one up, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of set that on there for now. We're just gonna play here for a little bit. And I am going to grab some paper and just make some circles, okay? So here, now you can see that this paper isn't near as big, but I wanna make a circle that I can put like a picture on or something. So I'm gonna loosen this up. I'm gonna run it down here. And you can always, it's gonna have to be a pretty small circle, isn't it? So if I go a 4-inch circle, let's see if that'll work. And then I can put this anywhere, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna look, I'm gonna push down here, and it doesn't have to be centered here. I'm gonna push down here, and then I'm gonna see, oh yeah, we can do a 4-inch circle because I'm looking at these little lines that I made on the side and making sure they didn't go off the paper. All right, so I'm gonna do it up here further. Once again, I'm gonna push down and just make sure that yep, no problem. So now I'm gonna push in, push down on this, and flip hands. And if I didn't mess up, I should be able to see that it is loose all the way around. There we go, 4-inch circle, okay? So I could put that over here maybe. Oh, and maybe we want a smaller one even. Let's go down as far as it'll go and see what that looks like, okay? So I just push it all the way, tighten it back up. I'm just gonna push down here and we're gonna do a circle. Whoops, I didn't have the button pushed in. Ah! We'll trick it and go the other way. I think I went all the way around. Yep. And there's another circle. We could use the other side. Put that over there. I need to trim it up just a little bit. Oh, let's do a little bit bigger one. Should we do a 5-inch circle here or 6? Let's do a 6. So I'm just gonna loosen this up. Move it down here to the 6. Tighten it back up. And again, just kind of loosely make sure that I got plenty of room. And that's pretty close over here. I'm coming off the paper, so I'm gonna slide it down a little bit. Got plenty of room on the side over there, so we should be good. All right, I'm gonna push in and down. The tricky place is where you have to switch your hands, but it works out. All right, let's see what we got. There we go with a 6-inch. So I could put the 6-inch one down here. Then I could put a 4x6 here or a 4x4 here or something in the middle and put a picture on here. I'm not sure you're seeing all this, but you could put pictures, you know, all over, circles all over. Now, one good thing I thought about this is you could put all kinds of circles here, and then you could use that new bubble punch to put bubbles around too, and even more circles. But anyway, don't forget that we have this tool, and it is very good for making circles, and it's kind of fun to do too. And the rings are another thing that I've seen a lot of people do, really narrow rings and put rings, you know, over rings and stuff. Just a lot of cool things you can do. So don't forget the circle cutter. I said it's still available in there, and hope that you like it and will use it, because we got to pull out these tools. We forget sometimes, don't we? So anyway, have a marvelous Monday, and I hope to see you later, and stay sassy. Bye-bye.